Guys, I don't even know where to start. This is Julia and Julia's Knitting. Grab your favorite beverage. Let's spend some time together because I have a lot to share. You know, I'm not feeling down when I'm not too productive, because I know that some things just take a lot of preparation or a lot of dull stuff to make, and then you get to see the result much later. And some things you can manage to make like very fast. That's why I'm okay even if I have just one thing to show you. But definitely it gives you a boost of energy when you have a lot of stuff, right? So probably I'll do the stuff I finished first, then the processes, one process, and then the hobby haul. So if you are subscribed to my channel, you probably watched my last video and you saw that I finished the t-shirt. It took me a while. It was quite a long process, quite a tedious process, to be honest, but I'm okay with that. You know, in my opinion, the most tedious things to make are the things that are when you have to do the same pattern over and over again. It just takes a lot of patience, a lot of sitting down and doing the same stuff. That's why, by the way, I always say that if you're a beginner, stockinette stitch is not the easiest pattern, not the easiest chart to make, because it is easy to make, but it is not easy to make when you don't make just one or several, but you have to make like thousands of them, right? If you are making a scarf, a sweater, whatever. So this was the case here. It takes some focus. You have to do something, but it's the same thing over and over again. The row is like the same. So this is always, it always takes longer for me to make such stuff. But here we are. These are just two rectangles. In the end, I shaped the collar a little bit. Nothing fancy, I just eyeballed it, just a deeper cut in the front and barely a cut in the back. And two sleeves, they are very short because the shoulder is dropped. They are also rectangles. I think I decreased a little bit by the end. Everything is improvised. I didn't plan any of that. I was just going on, tried the t-shirt on and saw what I wanted to do next. And the result, I'm very happy with the result. It's, you know, not too simple. It seems like a little bit fancier than the simplest one. At the same time, it's very muted color, muted pattern, nothing, you know, that comes out. And this is what I wanted. Actually, this is what I like nowadays in clothes whatsoever. I don't think I want something that attracts attention nowadays. I just want something simple, classy. So the t-shirt is done. It is too hot right now to wear 2 layers. So I have worn it a couple of times and I have regretted it because of the weather. But you know what? The forecast is promising that it will rain next week, so this week. So I think I will have an opportunity to wear it, to test it. I'm a little bit concerned about the hem and the hems of the sleeves, but you know, I think if I wanted to, I could block it a little bit better, or maybe even iron it, and that's it. But I'm too lazy to do that, as you probably guessed. And this is what we have. And if you want to find out how I made it in more detail, then it's all in my vlog. It's my last video on this channel. Also, I'm thinking about making more of such videos because you seem to like them more than my usual videos, and I enjoy them. They are definitely harder to make, they take longer to make, but at the same time they are kind of more fun. So I think I'll try to make them, you know, I want to say monthly, but it doesn't seem right. Maybe once in 2 months, maybe monthly. I don't know yet. I will try to make them more often. After I finished the t-shirt, I decided that I could no longer postpone the fingerless gloves, and I set and I finished them. And it took me a very short amount of time to finish them actually. One of them it fits me worse, and I cannot understand which one. I think this one. You see, the thumb is kind of wider than I would prefer. But you know, with the mittens I made that I showed you a couple of videos ago, I wanted them to be perfect. But these, I think I'm gonna wear them once or twice in the whole season. So that's why I didn't want to make them perfect, and I left everything as it is. And now I'm seeing them and I'm thinking that that was the right choice, because I cannot recognize which one is which. I think this one, but it's okay. I mean, I don't even notice the difference. So I think it's okay. I tried to make them with the cable in the middle, but now I'm seeing these and I'm thinking it was the right choice, but because the yarn is very, you know, variative. Is that a word? Very, not colorful, but the tones are very different, from the very, very dark burgundy to the light beige, something like that. So the cable is probably too much for this yarn, and I love it. I love the fact that I finished them. This is like my favorite thing about these fingerless gloves, and I've always wanted to try to have a pair of fingerless gloves, because I almost never need them, but when I do, like once a year, I don't have them. And they are kind of, it's strange when a knitter, a crafter doesn't have a pair of fingerless gloves, because it takes a little bit of yarn, it takes a little bit of time. So why not? Why not just, you know, deal with this desire? Fingerless gloves. The yarn was Malabrigo, but I cannot tell you anything else because I don't have, it was a present and it didn't have the tag, and with time I forgot. Like, the girl who presented them to me told me something about them, but I forgot, so I don't know. So a t-shirt, fingerless gloves. Then I had a sewing day, and I made myself a book sleeve. Oh, there was chocolate on it, and I just okay, I have to wash it anyway. It's a sleeve. I found the recipe, DIY video on YouTube. I will definitely tag this video, and it's like one of the simplest ones you can do, but I added some pockets inside. It is not difficult, it's just a little bit, a couple of rectangle. It's one rectangle, and I sewed in the middle. And I also added a pocket here, because I feel like the inside pockets are doubtful, but maybe you can put a pencil there or something. But this is something I definitely want, because I always have something like a postcard, a bookmark, something not reading related, but a notebook, a pad, something to put here very fast and then take out. So this was the it wasn't a fabric, it was a table runner that I bought in a local store, like home store, and I loved it because it's yellow. Yellow is my favorite color, and I lined it with a synthetic you know, feeling for the jackets. I quilted it with these diamonds. You can see it, right? The pocket is just a piece of fabric. The zipper it's meant to be invisible, but I tried to sew it that way, so that it's invisible. But because the yarn, the fabric is too dense, it couldn't open or close. So I sewed it as it was a usual zipper. That's my book sleeve. I am very happy. I would probably make it a little bit slower next time, but at the same time I only tried to put the current book I'm reading into it, plus my Kindle. But I know that I have sometimes bigger books, so I don't know. And I also love the idea of fitting something else here, because you have a book, you have a Kindle, but you also could have something not reading related, but a notebook, something else. And it would feel very comfortable in this sleeve. You know what? Maybe if I make another book sleeve someday, I will make it smaller so that I have different sizes. Yeah, that would be nice. What else? Then there was an impulsive craft I made. I just didn't know what to do. So I made a bookmark, and this is, I always forget the name of this breed of the dog. You get it. It's a long dog. And it was very easy and very fast to make. You just, single crochet for a long time, and you then shape the legs and the head. I was improvising everything, and I added a bow and a collar and a nose. As you can see, I'm thinking about the eye, but the picture on Pinterest I was inspired by didn't have an eye, and so I thought that I wouldn't add it either, but I don't know, should I? By the way, this was in my crafting jar, so I got to tick one more thing from the list. And when I started planning the next projects, I understood that I absolutely had to finish making the pattern that I started I had a chance to finish it by last Christmas. And I would have to, I would have to work very quickly, I would have to push myself. And I didn't want to do that, and that's why I didn't do it. But this year, everything is going, if I don't want to repeat the same experience, I should start now. I'm in August. What are you gonna do? Halloween is almost here. Christmas is just around the corner. I want to finish it. So this brings me to a quick update on my crafting jar. These two are here, the bookmark, the dog bookmark, and the Christmas scarf pattern. Here it is. It was added later. This is what I'm working on. This is all done, and I'm putting it here, and it means that all the patterns left to do are sewing, embroidering, cross-stitching, and so on. So there are no knitting and crochet projects, and that's why, and I always, my main craft is knitting. Crochet is probably the second. That's why I'm changing the rules a little, not the rules, but the routine of pulling out the tasks from the crafting jar. I think I will for now, I will think of the projects for knitting and crochet myself, and then pull out one or two from here. And because I'm working on the pattern right now, I am not going to pull out any of the tasks today, because I want to finish this pattern, and I feel great resistance. So I spend a lot of time, a lot more time than I'm supposed to spend on this pattern. So I want to dedicate myself fully into it, and then I will renew the routine of the crafting jar. So I think of the next project myself. I actually started it a while ago, and then I stopped just to finish my scheduled projects. This is a scrap mitten. I thought of knitting the same double mitten I already made for myself or for my friend, I'm not sure yet, but in a bigger size, so it fits a bigger hand. Probably I will, if my husband loves it, probably he will get these. If he doesn't, I think it will just be a pair of mittens to be there, just in case, you know, someone visits us, or I need a present for someone, or something else, something like that. And I just want to practice making these double mittens and mittens in general, because I would probably like to get the proportion, like what part of the whole mitten is the thumb. I had to remake it a little bit here, so I'd love to, like, you know, have this proportion in mind, even if it's just my own, to not remake them so much. So this will be a pair of double mittens. I chose a 10-row repeat, so I use different yarns for 10 rows, and then I change them. And this is how much I have for now. I'm hoping I haven't forgotten anything, and this is everything I made, and this is one whip I have. That's it, right? I think so. And that means that we can unpack a Hobbii package with you. So I ordered some Halloween stuff. I ordered some yarn for a scarf for my cousin, and I thought that I was ready to make another Halloween scarf with a pattern. I already have, if you know my Ravelry store, you probably know that I mostly make scarves, and I mostly make them themed: Christmas scarves, Halloween scarves. And for a while I thought, well, if I have one Halloween scarf, that's it. I just have it. Then the next one should be, I don't know, Easter, May Day, 4th of July, or whatever. But then I realized that I have free will, and I can do as many Halloween scarf patterns as I want. Furthermore, I am very glad to see creators who make a lot of Halloween stuff, a lot of Christmas stuff, so I can choose. When I realized it, I ordered the yarn immediately. So let's see what we've got. What is more exciting than new yarn? A lot of things actually, but it's pretty good. It's so good, and it's good every time. Like, even when you get all the wrong yarn and it's worse than you expected, it's good anyway because it's yarn. Okay, let's see. A heart-shaped sweet, of course, from Hobbii. This is not sponsored. I bought it, and they don't know I don't know. They don't know me. I just ordered some yarn. This is the yarn for a scarf for my cousin. I'm not sure about the pattern yet because it was an impulsive buy, but I will see something on my favorite things website, my favorite things knitwear website. I remember seeing some stuff there that I loved. So maybe if I can combine this yarn and their pattern, it would be nice, because it's kind of a thing between me and my cousin. I told in the last video I made that it is a kind of a thing between me and my cousin. So if you're interested why, then watch that video. But long story short, I want a pattern. I'd like it to be a pattern from my favorite things knitwear, and these colors, I think they're her colors, and I think she loves these colors, and I think she has clothes that would fit these colors. and the other way around. The next thing I ordered is some yarn for, oh, this is, by the way, 61% cotton, 39 acrylic. Cascata, I'm not sure, Cascata by Hobbii. It's very soft, and you know, this is this cord, it's white, I think. Yes, white cord, and the colors, all the colors you see are kind of engaged with the cord. This yarn is Friend's Will by Hobbii. Friend's Will, 55% cotton, 45 acrylic. 3.5mm needle, 4.5mm crochet hook. This one requires 5mm needle and 6mm crochet hook. So this one is for the Halloween scarf. What are we thinking? Do these colors give Halloween? I also ordered one more color, but they didn't notice it. I don't know what happened, but they didn't like text me about it, and they let me add this color to my cart. I don't know, it was a little bit strange. So there should be another color, but they, after not like adding it to my cart, they texted me and gave me a free shipping code to use, well, to use how I want. But I used it to order a different color, and they sent it to me already very fast. So here we'll have another very muted gray color. I ordered like off-white at first, but then I replaced it with gray because they were out of off-white, cream or something. I think it is autumn, right? Autumn. And for me, this is the most Halloween color here, the purple violet one. So if you liked any of them, this is the color Blackcurrant, 71. This is color 17. I don't know the name of the color. The names of the colors are on their website definitely, but not on the label here. Yeah. This is color 26, dark yellow. I remember this one, dark yellow. And this one is 110. And this one is color 02, Cascata. And the most fun that I ordered just because I wanted to order something Halloween. Just to make myself happy, you know, not for a project, not for like because I need it, because it suits something, but because I can, because I want to, and because for me it screams Halloween. So we have one black, one violet, purple, or I don't know what to call it, one orange, and one multicolor, all of the above. There are 6 balls of yarn. Halloween themed. This is 100% cotton. It requires 2.5 or 3mm needles and 3.5mm crochet hook. 6 balls, 50 grams each, 160 meters. I changed my mind like several times what I want to make out of it, and I still don't know for sure, but I'm seeing something patchworky with it. Maybe granny squares, you know, maybe I'm imagining granny squares, to be honest. I'm imagining granny squares. So I don't know yet. If you have ideas, if you probably have ordered these and made something with it, share. Tell us where to go, where to see your projects, because it's kind of, you know, it's already so nice that I'm kind of thinking, do I need to make anything with it? Maybe I'll just put it and look at it, which would be also nice, but I'd love to make something with it also. And I just noticed that it has an easy start here. It's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. I would prefer, is it? Yes, it comes from the inside from the beginning. Is there an easy start here? No, there's not. Here, and there is one here. Oh, you see, friends will have it too. Maybe here's one also, I'm just not seeing it. No, I don't think so. Can't see it, can't feel it. No, it seems not. But I found the end very easily, so it is an easy start. It just doesn't have this label, but it is an easy start. This is all the knitting related stuff I think I have. So let's move to the book of the week, and this is the most chaotic segment of my videos, because I'm not a big reader. I'm a slow reader, first of all, and second of all, I struggle a little bit of reading. I used to love reading and it used to be easy for me. Now I love it, but a little bit less, and it's much harder for me to get into reading. If when I am already in it, I enjoy it and I can do it quite quickly. But to, you know, stop doing something else and start reading, it takes a lot of effort for me. So now I'm reading the summer book by Tove Jansson. She's a Finnish-Swedish writer, but she wrote in Swedish. And the summer book is something I've been wanting to read for a long time. It is a book about a family, mostly about a grandmother and a granddaughter. Maybe you have heard about the new film that came out this year or last year, maybe. The summer book. Glenn Close plays the grandmother. I read 44%, so it's almost a half. And this is a very Finnish, a very Nordic thing. A very, I don't know, a Nordic, and I think a lot of people can relate, but it is quite specific. It tells us about the summers that it's probably not like different summers, it's a complex of summers that this girl, Sophia, it's a real person, you can Google her, Sophia Jansson. She's Tove Jansson's niece. She spent those summers on this island with her father, with her grandmother. Sometimes we meet some neighbors, some friends, some, you know, strangers passing by, some animals, and it is, you know, generally speaking, nothing is happening in this book. Nothing happens. Like, it's not, there was a girl, she got married, but then she got divorced, you know, something. Here, nothing is happening. But in those details of how they are living their lives on this island, how they connect this grandmother with this granddaughter, Sophia, and I don't think we know the name of the grandmother, how they connect with the nature, how they react to different things in the nature, how different people, like they are the aborigines of this island, but when strange people come to visit, they react completely differently to the nature, to the water, to the, like, certain details they have there on this island. And it's beautiful, it's very deep, you know, those, I love films like that, when nothing happens, like a character, the main character doesn't suddenly realize that he was wrong and started thinking a different, no, nothing like that. But in those small details, small situations, a dialogue that happened between a couple of them, you kind of start understanding life. I am not afraid to say, I personally cannot relate to any of the characters, like say, oh, that's me. But also, I know that this is like almost every person, like not exactly that, but something like that. And we all have people like that in our lives. We all have situations like that. If it wasn't an island, it was some kind of a village for us. If it wasn't a grandmother, it could have been a father, a friend, anyone. If it wasn't a cat, it was a dog, a hedgehog, something, someone. And all of these situations are not necessarily relatable, like, oh, the same happened to me, but they are relatable in terms of, I felt this way. I experienced this, uncertainty, or this happiness, or this sadness. It's beautiful. It's, I dare to say, genius. I've been living in Finland for 2.5 years, and now I'm definitely sure that Finns and all the northern people consider time spent with the family, or time spent in the nature, or all of the above, luxury. So luxury for northern people is something like this, like having these memories, having an opportunity to, spend a weekend with the family, swimming in the sea, in the lake or in the sea, cycling, connecting, talking, or maybe being silent, but having this time and spending it like being free and how we want, but feeling like this hour that passed, it didn't just pass and I can't remember what I was doing. Or maybe if I try harder, I will remember. But I can feel how this hour goes. Like I am talking to my grandmother. I am playing with the cat. I am swimming and this water is cold today and the waves are very strong. This is the luxury, and it resonates with me very much. This is what I consider luxury too. I haven't finished it yet, obviously, but I suppose all the chapters are like that. Like chapters are called The Cat, The Friend. I'm being vague here to not spoil anything, but it's about the neighbors, it's about building a road, and there are situations like what happened while the road was being built, what happened with the cat. So I suppose the rest of the book will be like this, like situations, memories that happened because of something or someone. So far it's a 5-star book. I think this is it. Thank you for being with me. I enjoyed our meeting as always. Please tell me what you're making. Please tell us about the new patterns you found. Then they don't have to be new. They may be new for you, and they may be not even new for you, but they will be new for us. Just share patterns, please. This is always a good thing, that when someone made the pattern and can give some feedback, I'm always looking for those. Again, if you want to see how I made this t-shirt, please watch the last episode. It's a crafting vlog. And thank you again. This was Julie and Julia's Knitting. See you next time. Bye.